Hello and welcome. It is your Mining Disrupted News Surge for Monday, June 17th, 2024. As always, I'm your host, Adele, and I am here for entertainment and education. No financial advice from me. Please do your own due diligence in that arena. When I talk to you next week, the Mining Disrupt Expo will be underway. You can get your tickets right there. Scan that QR code. It's going to be a big one. We're going to hit a few different mining news topics this week, and I encourage you, if you are even remotely interested in Bitcoin mining, go to the expo in Miami. Miami is a fun city to visit, and the expo is an even better reason to go to Miami. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you can stay up to date on whenever I release these on Monday. Let's get right over into the numbers. We're looking at a Bitcoin price of $66,675, which means you will get yourself exactly, as of right now, 1,500 sats per dollar. Nodes online is right over here, a little bit hidden by my left ear. 19,235, not bad. Fees are reasonable. Anytime is down to 6 sats per VByte, and priority is 31. So not terrible. Not the best we've seen recently, but not bad either. Before we get into the rest of today's news topics, a little bit of house cleaning. Last week I talked about the Bitcoin power law, and it was my failure not to look into what the Bitcoin power law was all that much. I did a little cursory looking. I think I watched a little bit of one video. I read some tweets, but I didn't look into it all that much. I'm going to be talking about this a little bit more later on, but I will say that I think there's a little bit more to the Bitcoin power law than I first assumed. First up, we've got this tweet from my old colleague over at Simply Bitcoin, Nico, and he's retweeting this tweet, or I don't know if this is I don't think this is actually a tweet from Donald Trump. I think it's something else on one of his social media platforms. But Nico says, Overton window just exploded. And if you're not familiar with what the Overton window is, it's basically public perception, public sentiment about a thing. And as the Overton window shifts, it means it's more in the public consciousness. So here is Donald Trump saying, vote for Trump. Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against a CBDC. Biden's hatred of Bitcoin only helps China, Russia, and the radical communist left. We want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. It will help us be energy dominant. And right on the heels of that, which is quite interesting, Jason Lowry says, let the soft war begin. And this is why you can't look at price alone and make some sort of judgment about what Bitcoin as a whole is doing. You got to look at other things like this clip that just came out of BTC Prague.
We will engage in digital monetary photosynthesis soon. Thank you very much.
Dad, come back. Come back. What does that mean in layman's terms? What is Deutsche Telekom, T-Mobile? What are you doing? What is that last phrase? One more time.
Digital monetary photosynthesis.
So is T-Mobile mining Bitcoin?
We will.
You will. Okay, that is phenomenal. Wow.
And speaking of mining, we've got this little bit from Brains saying that they're going to be releasing a BM100 mini miner, specs, hash rate 1 terahash, power consumption 40 watts, price $200. This is great to see. There are two main reasons that I have not got into mining, and this solves one of them. I'm not sure about the other one. I'll have to watch some videos or do some research. But one of the reasons, I don't know if it's the first or second, but one of the reasons is the cost of a miner. If you get a latest and greatest miner, you're looking at thousands of dollars. Well, this solves that problem with a $200 cost. Not bad at all. The second problem that I've got to do some research on is the noise. And so this, if it's quiet, would be a boon, and I could actually start mining, which would be a really cool thing. So here I'm going to come around to the Bitcoin power law, and I'll touch a little bit on that. So here, Bitcoin to soar 1 million in 10 years. Global asset management firm Bernstein has predicted that Bitcoin could reach $1 million by 2033 and 200,000 by 2025, based on the power law theory and anticipated demand surge for Bitcoin, particularly from ETFs managed by industry giants like BlackRock and Fidelity. Now, here's the thing that I didn't really know, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around and appreciate with the Bitcoin power law, is that there is truth in numbers. I read a study one time where this math professor had a jar of beans or jelly beans or something on his desk in a class. And he would ask everybody at the beginning of the semester to guess how many beans were in that thing. And everybody had all these guesses. Oh, it's 1,000. Oh, it's 10,000. Oh, it's a million. Whatever. It was all over the place. No individual was ever all that close. They were relatively close. But when you averaged everyone, it was almost exactly right. And this was true, he learned, over many, many years. It wasn't just one specific class. It was the power of the masses were able to properly guess something when they were working as a unit, even if they didn't know that. So that is one thing that I do think that the Bitcoin power law has going for it. My one holdback is, do we have enough history yet with Bitcoin to make these predictions? How much lineage do you need to be able to look at? How large of a family tree do you need to be able to see before you can go, okay, I'm pretty sure I know what this child is going to look like? Is 1 year enough time to have come up with the power law for Bitcoin? I don't think so. Is 5? Maybe 10? I'm not sure. I would be more inclined to believe this after 20 years of Bitcoin existing and it following exactly this trajectory. I'd go, okay, this definitely seems like something is there. Now, this is back to what I was saying a minute ago about how you don't want to get hung up on what the price is doing, but you need to look around at what is happening in the Bitcoin space. So here, Bitcoin ETFs see 226 million outflow, market rattled, and this was updated on June 14th. On June 13th, 2024, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced significant outflows with a total of 226.2 million withdrawn. And then a little ways in, it says the largest outflow was from Fidelity's FBTC, amounting to 106.4 million, followed by Grayscale's GBTC at 61.5 million and ARK's ARKB at 52.7 million. BlackRock's IBIT was the only ETF to record inflows, totaling 18.2 million. This activity led to a net outflow of 226 million, affecting the market and causing a further drop in Bitcoin's price. Okay, but then we've got Max Kaiser not holding his punches, saying the fiat cucks are attacking Bitcoin with naked shorts. Whales are accumulating. $220,000 God candle in play. And then to put the cherry on top of all this, on top of what the whales are doing, you got to pay attention. You really do got to pay attention to see what the whales are doing, because the people with the money know how to make money. How do you know they know how to make money? Because they have a lot of money. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy to raise $500 million to buy more Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what the big dogs are doing. Look at what the big players, the movers and shakers, the whales are doing. Don't pay so much attention to the shrimps and the crabs and the people down lower. Pay attention to what the people with money are doing. If you want to make money, those are the people to watch. And get those tickets to the Mining Disrupt Expo, because I think this year and next year, 2025, are going to be huge for Bitcoin mining. Huge. See you next week.